Hello and welcome to section 4.7, which is on congruence in overlapping triangles. So the first example here with this KLMJ quadrilateral with some extra lines in there is to separate and redraw the indicated triangles, identify their common side or angle. So I will attempt to draw it on here. It's probably not going to look the best, but what you would do is take out this triangle here, the two that are congruent to each other. You can see that KLM here and KLJ appear to be congruent. So take K, like I said, this isn't going to look awesome. Do your best. So there is K, L, M, and then obviously when you're doing it, it should look pretty much the same. And so this one would be K, L, J. It says identify their common side or angle. So K, L would be their common side, the side that they share. They both share this side right here. So then I just have one more example for you. We're dealing with this figure right here. So given is that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and I have that marked here. And angle 3 is congruent to angle 4, and I also have that marked. I want to prove that triangle QET is congruent to triangle QEU. So I started out with the given statement, which is angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. So that is given. And then from there, I needed to say that QB here, this side that they share, is congruent to QB. And when something is congruent to itself, we call that the reflexive property. Then from there, I said that triangle QTB and triangle QUB are congruent. How do I know that? I know that an angle, a side, and an angle are congruent. So ASA theorem, I'm just going to put ASA. QT equals QU. How do I know that? Because corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. QE is congruent to QE. Again, if something equals itself, that is the reflexive property. And then therefore I can say that triangle QET is congruent to triangle QEU by the SAS property. I've proven that a side, an angle, and a side are congruent. QET and QEU. I said that QE is equal to QE, so this side was equal. And I also said that QT was equal to QU, and then I already know that those two angles are congruent, so side, angle, side, side, angle, side, to figure that out. And so there's many different ways that you can use congruence. When you know that two things are congruent, there's many different ways to use that information. These are just a couple ways, but bring the knowledge of congruence with you, and we'll talk about it more the next time I see you. Have a good night.